Yeah, we gotta get you back on a regular schedule with that.
I know. Interesting. It was saying it was a public, and now it's saying it's private.
Hmm.
I wonder why. No wonder no one can freaking see it. Huh. Why does that say private?
I don't know. There's a delay.
I don't even know how to fix that.
Try edit video or settings.
It says public.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the weird part. No. Save. Oh, go to classes. Oh, sorry. That one. Third. How do we go back to the original? Just got rid of it, right?
Hmm?
I got rid of it, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Gotta figure out how to go back to the Zoom. Gotta hit record.
Or do we want the kitchen background?
We can't both be in there, I
Oh,
don't
okay,
think.
that's right. Okay.
And then we won't be able to,
That's true. Okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
You read my mind already. So I'm recording to the cloud or the computer.
I think you'd be fine to record through the computer, but it's
Hello, divine, beautiful souls. You are here viewing our class for the Zodiac Energy Empowerment Series and the week of Cancer. Last night, we had a beautiful class having to do with the Zodiac empath skills. And tonight, we are actually doing a new moon ritual. And this is my fiance and partner for the series, Jayna.
hey friends.
So we're both here tonight guiding you through a new moon ritual. So I'm going to pull up the slides and we're going to get down to business. Where'd the slide go? There it is. How do I do this? Aha. Okay. Oh, thanks. All right. So that is not where we're supposed to start. Darn. How do I do this? Okay. There we go. By the way, today is the first day of Mercury retrograde. Hey. We've been experiencing unique stuff all day.
That's true.
But here we go. So welcome again to the Zodiac Energy Empowerment Series, also known as Z's. This is the Cancer new moon ritual class. The meet and greet. So, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. I'm Jayna, his fiance, and working on the series a lot with him. I was born in Illinois, raised in Tennessee, and now I'm in Florida. My moon sign is an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. Well, I'm a triple A, really. Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, and Aries rising.
I like that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And what's your Earth?
My Earth is in Leo.
Indeed. I am Katriel. I am a citizen of Florida and Israel, and hopefully soon Glastonbury, UK to be specific. And I have a Cancer moon, uh, Scorpio sun, Sag rising, and Taurus earth. Huh. Actually, did I get? No, I didn't get all the elements. I'm lacking air, except I'm not because you're air.
I'm air.
How am I gonna live with no air? All right. Cheesy. All right. Do you want to go over this part, hon?
Sure. So what do you know about Cancer? Cancer energy. So we got the element is it's a water sign, and it is I was about to skip ahead. So it's a cardinal sign. So there's cardinal, mutable, and fixed. And so yeah, Cancer starts is cardinal. The water type is liquid. So if you think about it, there are three different water signs. Scorpio is more of the related to the ice, and Pisces what?
Vapor or
Yeah.
spirit, something to that
Yeah.
effect.
So the Cancer water type is liquid. It's ruled by the moon. The sun sign is June 21st to July 22nd. Constellation is Cancer, of course, and then the mascot is crab.
All right. Cancer characteristics, positive and negative. Cancers are very nurturing. As being a Cancer moon myself, because the moon is the ruler, like you said, of Cancer. I get this energy very deeply. So nurturing is a huge thing for me. And I'm also super sensitive a lot of times. Like I just wear my emotions on my sleeve. It's a thing. And then we talked about Cancer being a cardinal sign, which means it's an initiator. If we looked at, there's for every single element, there is a sign that initiates that season with like the starting of fall would be Libra, the starting of spring would be Aries, the starting of summer is Cancer, and the starting of winter is Capricorn. With that sensitivity and all those emotions, Cancer can be kind of moody. So, it's, a lot of times with Cancer, you can feel a bit overwhelmed with a lot of energy because, that particular sign is more like sensitive to energies. So especially if one overextends themselves, even though they might be doing something for others, it can create a lot of imbalance and allow that person to be very moody. Like we said, Cancer is a very caring sign, often wants to be super helpful. Cancer, again, connected with the moon, is super intuitive. It can be very protective. If we think about the crab that is on the screen, it has that shell and it has the pincers. So it naturally, wants to have that protective, sacred space, and feel nurtured inside its shell. And if anything tries to mess with it, or maybe it's babies. You get pinched. I like that. Um, Cancer is very creative. It's, we think about, yes, the Leo energy is very creative, but Cancer kind of does this from like a moon perspective, a divine feminine perspective, rather than a divine masculine kind of creation energy. So womb energy. Cancer can be super sentimental. So if you go into someone who has Cancer largely in their chart, they may have some type of drawer they keep their keepsakes in and things like that. They often, and when I say they, like someone who has Cancer largely in their chart, so it could be Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer Earth. If you're connected in that way, um, like I know for me, I like to rewatch TV shows over and over again or movies. It's very calming to me. And so that sentimental kind of feeling is very nurturing, from that perspective. And then Cancer really needs a cozy, sacred space. It's necessary for them to recharge. Now, let's talk about Cancer from the perspective of Kabbalistic astrology. So, what is Kabbalistic astrology? Well, Kabbalistic astrology is all about the soul's exploration and being able to live through that soul and being aware of the soul and its journey. And so we can really look at that perspective, especially through the astrology. Someone who has a sun in Cancer, a past life of theirs would have been in the Capricorn energy. How do we know this? So everything in life is all about balance. So the pivotal point, if we look at the model behind us, that is not a traditional tree of life. It is something created by AI, but I thought was super freaking cool, so I applied it here. So if we looked at the golden planet and the purple planet, they're 180 degrees away from each other. They're exactly across the board. Now, like that opposition energy, and what I mean by that is it's a complementing energy, but it's also from the perspective of the traditional way of saying an opponent was there to help build you up. They have a superpower within them to help you keep going and you for them. So that complementing energy, all right, is really important for the dynamic of Kabbalistic astrology. Because when we start to see what is opposing us or that complementing energy, we can learn a lot about ourselves. That's why when we talk about why I asked you, what is your earth sign? You mentioned Leo. We can find out a lot about your tikkun because of that opposition. And so if we kind of keep in perspective, okay, so when the sun is in Cancer, for instance, the earth is always going to be in Capricorn at the exact same degree the sun is in. Okay, so 15 degrees Cancer equals 15 degrees Capricorn at the earth perspective. Okay, and vice versa. So we look at Capricorn on on things on how to help keep balanced. Now, Cancer is given power by the moon. It's the leading planet and connects to the divine feminine presence in the universe. It also connects to the Sephirah, the tree of life, Malchut. So if we took a look at this very not traditional whatsoever tree of life here, if we looked at the bottom where the root system was or is, we would say that is a connection point of Malchut, which is giving life to the physical manifestation in the world. Hebrew letters, the moon is created by the letter Tav, which is the last letter in the alphabet. And the month of Cancer is created by Chet. Now, we don't really have a lot of time to go through what that really means, but in the book of the Sefer Yetzirah, or the book of formation, it talks about the planetary energies as well as the zodiac energies and how they were created, and how a letter actually being spoken created these specific energies in the world. And so that's why it's called the Book of Formation. It's actually speaking into how things formed. Then let's look at the Tikkun. The Tikkun is all about healing, the repair. It's also our superpower, because when we can learn what our Tikkun is and that awareness of it, we know how to change and shift our life and be on our soul's mission. So Cancer invites us to acknowledge the healing nature of the family and dedication and devotion of that love. This is the antidote to dis-ease of Cancer. When we can heal family dynamics and the heaviness of the family lineage, we can repair the timeline of the future by living out a heart-centered life. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is there anything you want to add?
Not at this point in time.
Okay, that is okay. All right. So let's get into the nitty-gritty in regards to the Zodiac Energy Empowerment Series. Why we are here. So we just went through Scorpio two weeks ago, which was the starting point. If we take a look at 0, because we're going to start with the 0 degrees, we see that there is a boundary. There's the energy that's outside the circle, and there's the circle with the energy inside of it, okay? Now, this is really important because essentially the energy that's outside the circle is unorganized energy. It has not been given a purpose. Anything that has this line and inside it has been given a purpose. And so that is what we call our sacred space. And so when we're doing especially ritual work, or we're wanting to improve our life, sacred space is very important. And so we're going to look at, as we take this journey through the Zodiac Energy Empowerment Series, or the Z's, how sacred space can be transformed with our intention. So in week 0, I'm going to use it that way, week 1 to 0, whatever. We spoke about sacred space, how to create sacred space for our transformation, and then we learned how to create an intention. Then last week, we went a little bit deeper and connected that intention to our heart, and that was through the Leo energy, the creation energy, that sun energy. And that is our connection with our heart and leading from a loving perspective. Then this week, it is an invitation to tune into our soul's vibration. So up here, you see, I feel my soul's vibration. It's all about feeling. Again, water, that's a feeling kind of sign. We're really going into how we feel, how that creates things. So what we often think with manifestation, that it's our thoughts that create universes. Yes, it can. But what's even more powerful is a feeling. When we manifest with our feelings, which we do all the time, sometimes negative and sometimes positive. But if we can guide that particular manifestation through feelings that we want to actually enjoy, that makes a more powerful intention to birth into a manifestation. Anything to add?
Not right now.
Okay.
You're saying it well.
Thanks. So do you want to read here what we have?
Sure. So last week we had our Leo class, like we talked about. So after we open our heart through Leo and tune in, we got to connect with our soul, like you were just talking about. So connecting with our intuition through our intuitive gifts, you've got them, whether you believe it or not. You do. We've all got them. You just got to learn how to tap into them. But when we do that, we really can expand ourselves, expand our creativity. Identify your strength and weakness as an empath. I'm an empath. I feel other people and things around me very deeply, but sometimes I struggle to set boundaries with that. And so I know that that's a weakness, is something I need to work on. And the next thing, identify healthy boundaries as an empath, just like I talked about. Empower your soul through learning about your zodiac empath skills, which, hey, we talked about that last night, and you'll be able to get the class soon. Learn to create ritual, and we're going to do that tonight. We're going to go through a lot of the steps for creating a manifestation, a new moon ritual. And then learning to connect with the moon and her cycle. So it's a new moon right now. There's rituals for full moon and everything in between. So, yeah.
Love that. Thank you. Manifesting with the moon. So let's kind of alternate here. Well, first of all, I want to speak on, let's take a look at the image we have. That doesn't have all the writing on it. So we have the new moon, which you can't see. Why? Because, well, it's new. It's let me try to move this. Oh no, I did backwards. How do I go back? Okay. How do I? Okay. I just want to move that for a moment. Hopefully I didn't mess myself up. So we have the new moon. Then it goes into the waxing crescent. And then the first quarter. As you can see, as we keep going, you can see the moon a little bit more each time. Then we have the waxing gibbous. So all of this, as we're building that energy of the full moon and seeing that, we're actually having a more divine masculine energy connection. We're putting out, we're creating things actively. Okay. Like that's the time for extroversion, essentially. And then that's time to create your stuff, and get it out there. And because like we'll go through all of this, manifesting with the moon in a moment to get more detailed. And then we reap the benefits of the full moon. It's come to completion, and that's a time for us to tune in. Did the intention that we set in the new moon, which is about 2 weeks or so, in regards from a new moon to a full moon, did we do all that we needed to? Do we need to adjust something? If we need to adjust something, this is the moment in time to do so, and then we start going into the waning gibbous, the third quarter, the waning crescent. You can see that there's more darkness coming in. And that's because we're meant to be a little bit more introspective. Blah, blah, blah. And introverted. So this is the time to go inward, connect with what you want to create, but maybe not putting the energy out there. This is just a specific cycle that is connected with the moon. Now, here's a nice little interesting fun fact. Okay. Females have this, they're on this cycle like for the month. They're on a monthly cycle. For obvious reasons. Men actually go through this cycle on a daily. There's a daily cycle with this rather than a monthly. So, for you guys out there who are like, okay, this doesn't apply to me at all. It does, just in a different way. And yes, you can still use the moon to manifest. You're just going to feel it differently. You're going to feel it from a different perspective, and that's okay. All right, let's go into, do you want to alternate going through these?
Sure.
All right, so you want to go with the new moon first?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So the new moon is a time for new beginnings and renewal. Plant your seeds of intention and what you want to manifest, and be clear in your goal setting. So I think that's being specific rather than general is really powerful here. It's writing down the specific, I need to make this particular amount of money, or I need, or I would like for, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank now.
I want a home,
Yeah.
but don't just say, I want a home. I want a home that has a backyard, that is in a good neighborhood, that has good schools, that have I don't know, a balcony outside my bedroom. These specifics.
Instead of doing a lot of people talk about a new job. Instead of just saying, I want a new job. Well, what do you want that new job to entail? What's the salary? What's days of the week? What kind of atmosphere do you want to be in? Those specifics, are important.
Now, let's take a look here, because we've been talking about co-creating with the universe from the Zodiac Energy Empowerment Series perspective, like through the Zodiac. Now, we're going to apply this method here. Okay, so we started off with our what we're going to do tonight, the new moon, the intention setting. Now, this is the part of the Cancer. See, in the Zodiac Energy Empowerment Series, we don't get rid of an energy, we build on it. It's not like we just move into the next one. No, it builds on each other. So we're just as much in Scorpio and Leo as we are in Cancer week this week. Okay, so we're going to take this concept with us through the entirety of the series, because now it's like math. It is exactly like math. Okay, once you learn a concept, it builds. So now we're going to learn, how can we nurture that seed? So we start by nurturing it with the waxing crescent. Plan and outline. Write down and communicate any plans of action, ideas that come to you, and ways you can begin taking action. Practice creativity. So that's a practical way to start putting your intention into action. And remember, we talked about at the beginning with these like the phases, is we're building our energy at this moment in time, because the moon is getting brighter, because the sun is more putting more of that energy into the moon
Mhm.
is really what's happening.
So first quarter is where you really need to take action. You got the ideas on how to take action with the waxing crescent. Now you're actually going to be taking action. Keep moving forward and begin putting your ideas and plans into action. This period symbolizes strength, determination, concentration, and commitment.
It's okay. So again, we set the intention. We're setting a clear plan, strategy, outline, and then we're taking action in the first quarter. Now we move into the waxing gibbous, which is edit and refine. So this time represents the cultivation of your intentions and ideas. Prepare for manifestation through continued action, creativity, and commitment. What is working for you? So I said it a little bit backwards earlier with the full moon being the time where we change things. It's right before the full moon. Do we choose to edit or refine something? Does that make sense?
Yep. All right. Now it's time for the full moon. Reflect and celebrate. This is a time of peak creativity and amplified energy. Push forward the intentions you made during the new moon. Clarify what's come to fruition and what hasn't. Savor this time of reflection.
Brilliant. Then after we go from the full moon, we start declining in our energy a little bit, like getting a little bit more retrospective. So waning gibbous, release and receive. Release and let go of what does not serve you. Absorb all revelations brought forward during the full moon and practice gratitude. Very, very important. So like, we think about like, when can we actually have a lunar eclipse? That's during a full moon.
Yeah.
So like, if we think about that, if we were to pair this full moon energy, for instance, with an eclipse energy, that power of the full moon and the eclipse, right, is taking out anything that no longer serves us, so that we actually jump onto that energy a little bit early in a way. So this is showing us that it's time to really be reflective in that energy and release what no longer serves us. And that gratitude is a huge piece for the transformation, because gratitude gets us into the heart state and can transform anything. Because like, gratitude is a whole different frequency. If we want to focus on things that don't serve us, then we're going to receive more of that. But if we actually move that into the state of gratitude, we shift everything. We shift the frequency completely.
All right. Last quarter, transition and release. Allow the transformation of your accomplishments to fully emerge with gracefulness. Continue to let go and release what does not serve you.
You notice there's a lot of repetition in this, because of the fact that we're not trying to necessarily fix anything right now. We're not trying to go build a mountain or house or whatever. We're simply being present, being reflective, and it is a slower energy. We're mellowing down. And that brings us to the waning crescent. Rest and restore. Take time to rest, reflect, contemplate, and solidify your transformation. This is the final releasing and purging stage. Prepare for new seeds to be planted soon. And from a Jewish perspective, I want to share this. So right now, again, we're in the new moon. In Judaism, we call this Rosh Chodesh. It is the beginning of a new month, which is also very celebratory. And traditionally, women, because they are connected with the moon, would get 2 full days off and to do whatever they needed to do, because it was their time to really go inward, and really be a part of this moon cycle. So it's also a very largely celebratory, but it's an internal celebratory, which is very interesting. But yeah, very interesting. So again, it'll keep going in this circular pattern. So next, all right, new moon affirmations. Do we want to go 1, 2, 3?
Sure.
Cool.
All right. I manifest all I need with ease.
I am aligned with the universe.
I am open to the truth.
I send gratitude to every cell in my body.
I invite wealth, order, and prosperity into my life.
I intend to make my wishes come true.
I break free of limitations.
I release what no longer serves me. What?
ModernDayManifestations.com.
Oh, thank you, ModernDayManifestations.com, for allowing us to use your beautiful photo to be a part of our new moon ritual class and Cancer. Then, what do we need for a new moon ritual? The importances.
So one of the first things you want to do before you get started with your ritual, or it is a part of it, is sage and Palo Santo. It helps clear the space, you clear yourself, and really renew the energy.
I love that. So we're actually going to take you through this step by step.
Get to light. Got it going a little bit.
Oh, this isn't on, is it?
No, the Palo Santo is not on. It's
Oh.
just the sage, but let me get it going a little bit more.
Okay, go ahead and tip it up.
Yeah.
There you go. Little helpful tricks. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and get that one ready.
Yep.
All right. So we see, I like to do things together because they're fun. Sometimes I do it separate, but for the sake of this class right now as well. Number 1, sage yourself and your partner. I like to do things in 3, 7s, cycles of 7, and 50. I'm not joking.
He's not.
Hang on. Go ahead. All right.
What you can't see is I'm lifting up my feet, so we get the soles of the feet too.
Yes. So we want to do the back and the front. And if you have a partner, it's very helpful.
It's true. It makes it easier.
So saging, again, let's talk about sage while you're doing that. Sage cleanses at the physical level. It can even cleanse at a bacterial level because it's physical, right? And Palo Santo cleanses from a physical and an emotional level. So that means if you have a lot of emotional baggage going on, we got to sage the space.
That's true. They need to be relit a little bit.
There we go. So if you're going through a lot of emotional stuff, Palo Santo is a really, really good tool to be able to transmute some stuff. So wherever you're going to be working your ritual, it is important to sage that area. So we're going to do that now. We're going to start kind of creating a little area like what you see in front of us. So, interesting. We'll do out here. It's okay. All right, so we're gonna start turning it this way as we're gonna start building our ritual sacred space.
Yeah.
All right. Turn what? That way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then we have representation of the elements, water, herbs, which is connected to earth, candle, and a lighter, because you can't light it without a
That's true.
lighter, So that's fire, and then feather. Perfect. We have feathers. This is awesome.
Feathers.
So another cool thing is I actually have these stones. Didn't know that I was going to be doing this, but I have these stones that are connected with the archangels, that are connected with elements, and I'm actually going to use them a part of this as my elements. One represents fire, which is Gabriel. Another one represents Mikael, which is water, and another one represents Oriel, which is air, and one represents earth, which is Raphael. And so we're gonna bring more into this and build upon it. The more layering you can do with your sacred space, the more intense or powerful your ritual can be.
Right.
So we actually have water. This is the holy waters from the heavens that I collected all over the earth that are at the chakra points, except for Serpent Mound, which goes between all of them. So we're going to put water over here.
I brought in some herbs. This is actually a tea blend that I make it's a cough and cold tea blend. And well, we've been sick. And so we want some healing. So I'm manifesting some healing energy with our herbs for the earth.
So we'll put that here next to Raphael. Is this yours or mine?
That one's mine.
Okay. Thank you. We have we got that, so I'll deal with that in a moment, actually. So I don't know. Dragons breathe fire, so I feel like that could be a part of fire. Plus, we'll have a candle.
And this is the fire quartz, actually, too.
So we'll put that over here. So, okay. Maybe we should have waited on that one, but whatever. So amplification, even though I haven't gotten there yet. Crystals, sound bowls, sacred sounds, incense, sacred smells, and friends. But we'll go to that in a moment. I just jumped ahead of the game a little bit. So let's actually put him here. Why don't we go ahead and light that candle?
Okay.
For me, I'm Jewish, so I say fun things that are Jewish. Um, we have our feathers that come from Glastonbury. We're gonna put them up near Oriel, who is connected with the air. And so then we're gonna just kind of take um our stuff and create something like a little grid or something. So we're gonna do that now. And if you are doing this at home, again, find the sacred space. A good way, after you clear and everything, is finding that representation with the elements and start building a grid. We'll get to the pen and paper part in a moment. These that doesn't necessarily have to be in the same order. All right, what do we want to do now?
Well, I'm gonna light the incense and get some sacred smells going. This is a moon goddess incense. It smells delightful.
The name is Samim. That's the blessing for smelling herbs. The other one was lighting fire. All right, what else do we want to do here? This feels earthy. It's fuchsite. So we can put that over here. We have I wish I had mine somewhere. It's somewhere here. We have a little manifestation star, and actually it matches this.
It does.
So I think we're gonna hold off before we go ahead and put it in the middle. A part of our ritual will be to write things down, which we'll get to that. So my intuition, see, this is when the intuition comes in, is saying we hold on to it during this writing ceremony, and we infuse that energy inside the star for our ritual. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yay. Have fun. You want to start arranging some stuff?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is actually, this one right here, this is a salt rock. So I'm going to put that in with our earth stuff.
Okay. I also like this for earth. I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful.
It is a very pretty stone.
I just can't remember what it was. Blues seem very earthy. I mean, airy.
Airy.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But they also could be watery too. So actually,
I think the little piece needs to go with the water.
Okay, cool.
And this is a blue kyanite. So I'm gonna put that with the air.
There's no wrong way to do this, just letting you know.
Using your intuition, it's a big part of this.
I feel like the peacock ore that we have here needs to go with the water because it's about transmutation energy and making very Scorpio. It's very Scorpio. What do we want to do with
the smoky quartz?
The smoky quartz.
Smoky quartz, I think, is going to go with air because it's for mental clarity.
Oh.
And as an air sign, I'm in my head a whole lot.
I like it. Black kyanite. Like black kyanite, it's a really good stone, especially for healers. It does not necessarily, for both blue kyanite, black kyanite, and anything salt related like selenite, they do not need to be cleansed. Fun fact. Where do you want to do this? Middle.
Yeah, I agree.
I love this one.
I think it's an opal. I think it's a brown opal.
Okay.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, middle.
I feel like it needs to be kind of like supporting.
Yeah. And then I've got Moonstone. I kind of feel like that needs to go with our Manifest star.
I think we're going to, so people can see.
Yeah, there, sorry. There we go, guys. You can see a little bit better.
And then we have some, what is this?
I think that's just clear quartz.
It's just clear quartz. It's an amplifier. So we can put it on the other side, inside the middle, towards the air. This feels good here.
I agree. Pyrite.
Actually, you know what? I wonder if we can put that there
Okay.
and this here, because the lapis.
Okay. Yeah, I like
Kind
that.
of feels balanced.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, something else you can do. I actually have a second candle that I wanted, actually. But maybe I put it in on this side. No, I still want it over here. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'm gonna light it. Okay. Kind of want to do like that. All right. Another thing that you can do, which is unique, is you can have a jar and you can put water in it, and you can put it out under the moon.
Hmm.
And to this can be good for cleansing your crystals. This can be good for drinking. If you have proper water, that is good. You can water your plants with it.
Add it to a bath, a ritual bath.
Yes, there's multiple ways that you can do that. So we're gonna probably do that in a little bit. But just an idea of something that you can do as a part of this little ritual. And I also want to give a little shout out because we have some products on here that are from different metaphysical shops. So this candle that I did, I actually got to do my own candle at Christie's Enchanted Notions in St. Pete. Beautiful store, beautiful being of light who created the shop. So I just want to say thank you so much for your energy and representation here. And we also have from Third Eye Creations, the stability candle. And our dear friend Shay, she created this candle with lots of love and intention. So we also want to acknowledge her, and her shop is up in Holiday, Florida, which is in Pasco County, not far from the Tarpon area. So thank you, Divine Beautiful Souls, for being a part of this beautiful ritual. Anything else that we want to cover before we go into the writing aspect? Yeah.
The only thing, I can think of is we have a lot of stones here, and so I know some people, we've gone through some of the stones and what their meanings are, but maybe, at times you might want to look up the meanings of certain stones, or if you're looking to manifest certain things, you might look up stones that might be helpful for that. There's a ton of resources out there. Our Scorpio class, we've got a crystal
gridding class with DC from our last season for the Zodiac Energy Empowerment series. She takes you through an entire full slide of the classes, within the class. Sorry, can't speak anymore, I need food. And she goes and breaks down all the different types of stones, what their meanings are, what they're good in regards to manifesting, and the different styles of grids that can be powerful for those type of intentions. do you have anything else to share with that? Because you're going somewhere. I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
Okay. And something else that's really fun that I want to also share, that can be a part of this, is pulling a card.
Hmm.
Do you want to pull one each or just one together?
Let's just pull one together.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this since it's a collective kind of ritual here. We're gonna do our own personalization, of course. But we're gonna pull a card together for the collective. And we have bottle 85, which is turquoise over clear in the Aurasoma deck. And it is connected to the return journey of the chariot. So you guys can see that. That was unique. Because the marker moved like a chariot.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a moment. It's bottle 85 for those who want to look it up. Again, out of the Aurasoma system. And do you need a practitioner? I am a practitioner in Aurasoma, and it's beautiful. The return of synchronicity, period 8, sorry. The return of synchronicity after a period of sensing a lack of continuity, communicating from the heart as we move forward that others may feel touched. The steps towards synchronicity. This is the Tatiana, Queen of the Fairies bottle. Again, that is turquoise over clear, which turquoise is all about creative communication from the heart, and that clear, it's that clarity, kind of like a clear quartz. It's an amplification of this energy. Light within, the path of individuation unfolds in the conscious mind. So, you know, this is very beautiful, especially a beautiful card for a new moon, because we're talking about synchronizing and being in sync with the moon, with our creative cycles, you know, and realizing that we're abundant beings, that all we need is to truly tap in and be grateful for what we have and share that. And as we do that as a collective, we truly will move mountains. So I'm going to bring it up here a little bit for you guys to see that now that you have seen us create this sacred space. And so the last piece that we want to share with you all, unless there's something else that you have in mind.
What? Well, another thing, like when we're not, I guess, we're not talking and teaching when you're doing a ritual, having some nice background music. You
True.
know, that's another thing that I like. You know, we talked about incense and sacred smells. If you can't do smoky incense, or get some essential oils in the diffuser. There's a lot of different options there as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I've just got some flute music I'm gonna put on. If it'll, yeah. So I just went to YouTube and I found some nice Indian flute music. It's good background music for as we go in and write down our manifestations and that kind of thing.
And that's where we want to lead into. So we want to take a moment and just take a few pieces of papers, okay? Now, you can do this inside a journal if you'd like, but I find it very good to have like little tiny pieces of paper. Thank you, Jayna, for providing. And we're just gonna write down a few intentions that we want to you know, like put in, you know, for this ritual. Things that we want to create in the universe. Things we go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's, you know, you can make moon water with your jar, but you could also, if you wanted to, this could be an intention jar for a new moon. You could write down on your slips of paper, put some of the herbs, put some of your crystals, you know, those kind of things in here with the things that you're writing down that you're wanting to manifest.
That is beautiful. I love that idea. So we're gonna take a few moments just to write down some intentions. You can choose to comment in, in the comments, things that you want to share if you want amplification from us, or you can choose to do it silently. Everybody has a different way of doing things. So we're gonna do that now. We're gonna hold space for you all as we're doing it as well. Right. And stay.
Thank you. Move to a different slide.
Sorry?
So it means we move to the first slide, please, Parker.
No, not really. Let's begin our new ritual. You want to share any?
Um, um, no, I think I'm gonna share mine.
Okay. I'm just gonna share one. A balanced schedule to feel peace and wholeness and shalom.
Amen.
So sometimes, I wrote, several, but sometimes we feel more like keeping things internally.
Mhm.
And that's okay. And sometimes we feel like we want to share something, and that's also okay. There are many ways um, the ritual. You might want to turn it down.
Yeah.
Um, because we may not be able to view this
Okay.
because of the sound.
Oh.
Yeah. So I hope you guys get to see this video. But there are many ways to do a ritual and be a part of, creating ritual together in community as well. And though our intention was to be out on the beach tonight, the universe shifted that for some reason. And so very, very grateful to be able to share this space with you all tonight.
Same. I also want to, point out that these are all tools and they're great tools that help amplify everything. But if all you have is a piece of paper and a pen, that's enough. You don't even have that. Setting your intentions. Intention is the key to everything. So if you don't have these things available, go into a quiet space and set the intentions with your heart.
Amen. So we want to allow you to continue your new moon ritual for tonight, and breathe in that energy and share it with the universe energetically. However, we love you. And I want to just take you to this last conclusion. If this class was helpful for you, please like, subscribe, share in the comments what you thought was helpful, what you'd like to see more of. And we're just very grateful to be able to do these classes. And if you have any thoughts or reflections that you experienced throughout this class, please share them with us again in the comments. If you need to reach out in regards to finding out more about our classes and or anything else, my email is Katriel, Katriel at energyspeaksbykatriel.com. You want to give yours?
Sure. It's Jayna, Jayna, at energyspeaksbykatriel.com.
And so our next class is actually going to be next week, next Monday, and next Thursday. So those of you who enjoy learning about tarot, we're going to do a intro to tarot on part 1. And those who want to go a bit deeper in this process in connection with the Sagittarius energy, we are going to do a class on Thursday. So again, go to our website, energyspeakszees.com or Zodiac Energy Empowerment Series.com. Both will get you there. Thank you all, divine, beautiful souls, and we will see you later. Thank you. How do I do this? Stop sharing.